Hello students, this is Rupali Bangali, Assistant Professor IICMR MCA Department Nigri, Pune, and we are discussing about the PHP from Advanced Internet Technologies. Today we will be discussing about the PHP arrays. Now what do you mean by array? Array is nothing but the collection of elements. In PHP there are three types of arrays available. The first one is your numeric array. Whenever you are having the array with index as a number, that time you can call that type of array as numeric array. Whenever you are having the index of type string, that type of array is called as associative array. And two-dimensional, three-dimensional, so that is nothing but the third type of array is multi-dimensional array. So we'll see all these type of arrays one by one. Before that, basically in PHP, your array is nothing but a map kind of thing. Map where you have key value pair. The similar kind of structure we are having in array in PHP. So array consists of key, array consists of value. Key which we were referring as index in other programming languages like your Java or like your CPP, we were having indexes like ARR of I is nothing but the index, but in this case, I will be considered as your key, and the value which is being stored at that particular index will be your value part, so key value pair. So whenever you are having the array part, that time you can have this key. If at all you are not specifying any key, that time by default it will have the non-negative integer key. So that is what your key part, and value could be anything. It could be a string, it could be your integer, it could be a float or double, anything. So that is what your array part or key value pair from the array. Now this is what the example where you are having the ARR, $ARR as the array, where you were storing the values bar and true. Now can you identify there are two values stored, like your bar which is of type string and the second value is true which is of type boolean. So can we say that array is a homogeneous type of data collection in PHP? No. So array can have the heterogeneous type of data collected. Now again, in your key part, can you say that my key is of string or key is of your number? No, my key is varying from variable to variable or from particular array member to another member. So that is how you can have this type of array in PHP. This code will execute perfectly without an error. So that is what your simple example of your array, and this is how you are going to declare your array variable. As we know, we don't have any type of data or any data type declaration in your program. Whichever data you will allocate, that type of variable will be created. So now I have defined this $ARR which is of type array. Now in this case, whenever you are specifying the values at the time of declaration, that time you will be going with this round parenthesis, and within that you will have key value pair. Now how these arrays are being assigned. So like previous example, we had these values assigned on individual basis, but there is a solution or there is a possibility where this array can be allocated to other one. Like this, I'm having this $ARR which can be derived or which can be created. The variable ARR can be created from your sum array. So this is how you can array can be assigned as value for another array. So I'm having this sum array which is being assigned to your array. But again, whenever you are assigning an array also, still you have to have this array syntax, array keywords to be used. Why? Because you have to tell that particular $ARR that you will be of type array. You cannot directly say $ARR equals to $sum array. Okay, so that is how your the array assigned as value for another array, and this is how you can access. So can you see there, this is nothing but your two-dimensional array type of thing? Can we say like this is nothing but my two-dimensional type of thing? Yes, of course. So it is, in this way you can have the multi-dimensional arrays. Now just observe, if at all you are printing some array of 13. So some array is an array which has here the 13 as key. So this will print the value 9 and so on for the further values. Now after this, just observe the following example. Array 5, 43, 32, 56 and then B 12. Now in this case, whenever we are declaring a particular key at the beginning, further values will have the keys which is being successive integer from the first one. So this is how your 43 will have key 5, which we have only defined, but for 32 we didn't define any key, but by default it will accept the next successive integer, that is what your 6, and accordingly it will have the 7 for 56. But for 12 we have defined here key, so it will remain as it is without any change. So that is how your PHP follows, or PHP applies some default keys on their own depending upon the key which you had given. So observe the example, like we are having $ARR of 56. So it will add at the end. Why? Because 5 is my first index, 12 is my second index. So I didn't give here any index. So it will automatically consider that you will be inserting 56 at the end, and after 12, which next successive integer will come? 13. So it will insert 56 at the index 13. So that is how your value can be inserted into the array. But how to remove a particular value from the array? So array can remove a particular value with the help of your unset function. So just observe here, I have inserted 56 without an index. So it has considered 13 as this next successive index. And now we have given X as the key. So it will insert it as it is. So that's how we will be having 1, 2, 56 and 42. These 4 values in my array. And then I just want to remove the value whose index is 5, whose key is 5. So I'll simply fire a function unset, and then I'll send the parameter to that particular unset. So it will remove this one. And finally, what will get the number of elements into the array, or the elements which are there left into the array? 2, 56 and 42. Now unset $ARR. Here we didn't give any key. Then what will happen? Whether it will remove entire array or whether it will remove the first element from the array, what exactly it will happen? Yes, so it will delete the whole array. Even if you are not giving any key, that means you want to unset entire array. So here, just assume we are having salaries as an array. Which type of array it is? It is of type associative. How come? Because we are having this index which is of type string. And now how to retrieve or how to traverse those arrays element one by one. So first the option is you can go with the print underscore r. Now what this function will do? Before that, just observe the output part. In this case, we are having array Mahi got the salary 2000, Vidya got the salary 4000, Diya got the salary 1000. Now, how come they have printed this type of syntax? Because your print underscore r will print the array with this format, key value pair. Okay, so that is how your array will be printed with this print underscore r. But I want to check out, or I want to have the individual element traverse. So for that purpose, you can have the for each type of syntax. So for each element, for each has a syntax as for each, array as value. So in this case, just assume we can give here the simple value part as this one or as an entity, and you will get that entity executed as it is. So I'm traversing my array with the value. So it will print me the value part 2000, 4000 and 1000. Just observe the output. Yes, this is how we have this output through your print underscore r, but through your for loop, you are traversing only the value part. But from this value part, I'm not getting exactly which salary belongs to which employee. So I want to get the employee name along with the salary. So that I need to retrieve here the keys part. So you can use the keys function, array underscore keys function. Otherwise, we can have here the initially what, so we can have here the key and then arrow and then your value part. So this will retrieve the array key as well as value part. So this time it will retrieve the key and value part. Observe the output. We are getting the employee name as well as salary, employee name and salary. So this is how your for each statement will help you to retrieve the particular element. Now, even if you want to add a particular element, even if you want to add a particular employee within the array, so this is how you can add. And now just check. Initially we were having the array with these 3 employees, and now after inserting this Sony, which is having the salary 6000, so it will be printed through your for loop. So that's how your array can be traversed through for each loop. Discuss how to define or how to have the multi-dimensional array and how to retrieve those multi-dimensional array values. So just observe the code here. We are having $marks as my 2-dimensional array, in which I will be having this as a, you can say, the key will be student and value will be an array. Why? Because array students different subjects and its marks. So I'm having the internal array with subject as a key and marks as a value, the amount of marks received as a value. Now this record belongs to Sham. So this is what the marks received for to your Sham, and then this is the set of marks for your Ram, and this is the set of marks for your Sam. Now this is how we can define the multi-dimensional array or 2-dimensional array. But how we are going to display it? Just have your print underscore r function. And let's try to display our marks array. So just observe here, this is what are the syntax which your print underscore array, print underscore r function will give you, but which is of which can't be read. Now you can go with the for each type of array, and you for each type of syntax, and you can retrieve. Now if at all I want to access the Ram got the Java subject, but how many marks did he get? So you can use this 2-dimensional structure in order to retrieve this marks. So let me comment out the previous step. Now it will give me the marks for Java. Okay, but whose marks? Display Ram's mark. for Java. So just observe the output here. So display Ram's mark for Java is 85. That is what your amount given here. That's how your array will be working in your PHP. In next tutorial, we'll discuss about the array functions. Thank you.